because I grew up in the Southern Baptist Church, and we have a way of talking for a long time, so I'll stick to the remarks. That way we don't go off. He's like, yeah. All right, so thanks guys for being here, for everybody that's here. We're standing on hallowed grounds right now to honor some of our great American law enforcement officers, those gallant men and women who go out every single day and they do a dangerous, thankless job. We're here at the Law Enforcement Memorial, and it's a stark reminder of how dangerous this job can be. But it reminds us that our law enforcement guys are actually our friends. They're faithful and true to the cause of good. And we know they're our friends because they laid down their lives for us. There's not a single community in America that goes unrepresented by one of the names on this wall.
Amen.
Okay? And we know they're our friends too because the Bible tells us, greater love has no man than a man that would lay down his life for a friend. That is all these guys that laid down their lives for each and every one of us in one of our communities somewhere. So can we just give them a round of applause? The police officer's role, I spent nearly 3 years as a reserve officer here in the city working on these very streets, and the police officer's role is very interesting. What's that? Okay. So the police officer's role is very interesting. You have a police officer come to your house, you dial 3 numbers, 911, and a police officer comes, right, with a badge and a gun, and he turns into a marriage counselor, right? You call a police officer to come, and he turns into a teacher, and he's helping the kid do his homework, or making your child do their homework. Or you call the police, 911, and an animal control guy comes, right, dressed in a police uniform, because our police officers wear a ton of hats. We've asked our police to do so much, and they've done it. They answer the call, they keep coming back every single time. And that's why I'm here. I'm proud to stand with our police officers who wear so many hats. They wear all these hats because they care. They care about our community, and they care about our needs and ensuring that our needs are met beyond just the safety. It's funny that we have this saying about police being warriors and guardians. And that's fine. They can wear both of those hats. They can be guardians when they come to our house to be that marriage counselor or help with that homework. But we also need our warriors. Unfortunately, when people go into our schools and they shoot, we need warriors. And we see those warriors go into those schools. We have warriors when they're shooting in our churches, those warriors respond. And I'm incredibly proud of that, along with you guys, I'm sure. I'll say just a quick thing to the families. I was watching Fox News. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably watch the same thing. And Dan Bongino was on, and he talked about the sound of Velcro. And anybody knows about the sound of Velcro? It's the sound Velcro is the sound that gives comfort to so many American families. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, what that Velcro means is that if your mom, your dad is a police officer, they come home, you hear that Velcro, they're taking their vest off. That means they made it home safe. And so many American families wait to hear the sound of Velcro. Some of us hear a car pulling up, some of us hear the front door shut. Our police families, they hear the sound of Velcro, and that's what gives them, the calm and knowing the security, knowing that their loved one made it home. If you just take a second and imagine that, if every day that's what you look forward to was just the sound of Velcro, that's a sobering thought for everybody. So I'll end real fast with a few things. I am going to keep this apolitical. The organizers asked that we keep it apolitical, and so I'm definitely going to honor that. But I'm going to read from an excerpt that I did public this week. We had a senator that's running for Senate in Virginia. I won't name any names, but he's the only one running, so you can easily figure it out. And one of his staffers said that police officers have never been fair. And that's why we should defund the police, because the police have never been fair. And I thought to myself, that's an affront to all of our law enforcement officers, but I want to tell you guys what's really not fair. It's not fair that on 9/11, our NYPD and our Port Authority police officers ran into the Twin Towers time after time to go save innocent life, and they didn't come back. That's not fair. It's not fair that our police officers go to domestic violence calls to pull spouses out of these homes where they have an abusive relationship and they get hurt. That's not fair. It's not fair that I get to go to work every day and be absolutely fine, but our police officers, they kiss their families goodbye, some of them knowing they may not come back home. That's not fair, and it's not fair that they do it for pennies, and they never ask for anything. They never ask for an attaboy, they never ask for a thank you. They go out time and time again, they do a great job. Tom Homan, who's gonna speak, did it for 30 plus years. And so, huge thanks to Tom. I've had the pleasure to speak with him. So, I'll end with this last thing. You know, I said on camera earlier, and I'll say it again, if you're not willing to stand behind our police officers, then feel free to stand in front of them. Okay, when they're getting bullets and things thrown at them, feel free to stand in front of them. And in 1776, Thomas Jefferson penned the Declaration of Independence. We know that, and he said, and it says in there that we hold these truths to be self-evident: that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That these among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, day in and day out. The only way that those rights endure are on the backs of our police officers. And that's extremely important. That's why I'm standing with them. I'm proud to stand with you guys. I'm proud to stand with Tom and Alicia and all of our folks that are running for Congress. You guys, I'll make one quick political plug before I sit down. You guys have to, when you go vote and you get out there, these guys are running for Congress, look around you. You see Alicia Andrews out of the 10th. You see the other Tim, who's running for Congress out of Maryland in the 2nd, I believe. I haven't had a chance to meet you, but he's also running. Mr. Gibson running in New York. Go support our candidates that back our law enforcement. Because these guys that want to defund law enforcement, if you take a quick look when they walk around and you see all these men in black suits with earpieces, those are cops, those are law enforcement officers. And they'll tell you on TV that they want to defund them, but yet they'll have their protection details. So make sure when you guys go vote, you're supporting these politicians that are here, these candidates that are here, that are running for public office, that support our law enforcement. We back blue. Thanks.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much.